with asking, who is Jeremy Palko?
Well, hi everyone who's joined in. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yes, my name is Jeremy Palkowitz, actually, for those who know me in Seattle. But I joined the Screen Actors Guild back in 2007, and I changed my name to Palko, or shortened it, I should say. I'm an actor from Seattle, Washington, and I just recently started painting. And I recently adopted a dog who is bugging me right now. So
super cute. He is super cute.
Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Oh, you can say hi, and then you're going in your crate.
Hi, guys.
Say what's up.
He has been featured in our Ruthless Pets. You have to go back and check out the pictures, but he has been featured in our Ruthless Pets.
All right. Well, that's why I got
yes.
him. He could make me nice and famous. So
awesome. I should have taken it off of my wall, but I do have two of your pieces that are super awesome.
For taking those and supporting me. So
they're awesome. I love it. I'm not a painter or artist, and I just love it when somebody else can do it for me,
right, well,
and I know that they're doing it for me.
Yeah, I honestly did not know either. It was just a hobby that kind of came up in quarantine, and it's just kind of taken over my life, and it's been a hobby I never knew I liked to do. So
right, that's awesome though. I'm telling you guys, make sure you go. Is it jeremypalko.com where you can find your art?
I actually used to have that website and I took it down, but it is artbypalko.square.site, and it leads to my Square site that has pretty much all of them listed. But I am starting to make ones that, because I'm starting to travel a little bit more, ones that I don't offer on my website. So keeping everything original, keeping everything, by itself. Jonesy, sit down, buddy.
Absolutely, and no two paintings are the same. I've noticed no two paintings are the same, but you can actually get a painting and then get another painting, and they actually go together. They match perfectly without you even knowing it.
I'm telling you, I'm just making it up as I go, honestly. So I never planned anything out. It just kind of like whatever I feel like doing that day, whatever goes on the canvas goes on the canvas, and it's both awesome and completely frustrating at the same time, because you never know where you're going to get, really. So,
well, you're doing an awesome job. I know I can't do it, but you're doing an awesome job with that.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and fast forward a little bit, and so you mentioned to me earlier. Awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and fast forward a little bit, and so you mentioned to me earlier, and this I honestly didn't know, and I probably should have Googled more or YouTubed more, but you were in Vampire Diaries and Bloodline?
Yeah, Vampire Diaries, I did a pair of episodes, and then Bloodline, which was a pretty amazing experience in itself, was on an original on Netflix. And I booked that, and we shot that in the Keys, and I did about, I think, 6 episodes. Again, it's on Netflix, and it's just got like Academy Award winners and Emmy-nominated people. The show was nominated.
Right.
And that was a lot of fun to be a part of.
Awesome. So go ahead and tell us about The Walking Dead. Like, that is major.
Yeah, I'm glad people have heard of it. So it's out there. I actually played Andy in the show. My character came in around season 6, was a little bit a part of 7, and then was part of the war in season 8. So my character had a pretty good run from start to finish. And yeah, it was kind of cool to be a part of that show.
Wow. So let me go back to Vampire Diaries. What exactly was your character in Vampire Diaries?
I played a fraternity guy. Shocker. I tend to get those roles. And a guy named Frankie, I believe. And he ran a fraternity house, and he was in charge of allowing, I think, Nina Dobrev's character and Ian Somerhalder's character into the house. And there's a couple rewrites on the set, and I was supposed to be killed off the show, and I didn't get killed. But then I was never kind of called again, so life of an actor.
That's okay, because it made room for you to become on quite a few awesome shows. How did you become a part of the Ruthless family? But before you say that, let me tell you, I think it was it Saints and Sinners? That you were, and I was like, wait a doggone minute, that's Punk.
Yeah. Yeah, I got
So first of all, how did you become a part of Saints and Sinners, and then go into Ruthless?
I'd actually shot Ruthless far before I got on Saints and Sinners. In Saints and Sinners, I played a cop for an episode, but going about getting on those, obviously, the acting route, I have an agent here in Atlanta, J Purvis Talent, and like most actors, we wait until we get a call or an audition, and then you read for a certain part, which I did for Ruthless and for Saints and Sinners, and then you just kind of forget about it, and hopefully your phone rings, and that's exactly what happened. And then I actually auditioned for Ruthless in Orlando and got a call the next day when I was driving back that I had booked the role. And I remember them telling me how many episodes it was going to entail, and I got really nervous, but it was Tyler Perry, so of course I'm going to do it, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, because you killed it as Poke. I kind of have, and I still do have, a little bit of hope that there's more to Poke. I understand that he wants to infiltrate the Rakadushi compound, but he wants to do it by himself, so to speak. He tries to get the sheriff's help.
He's kind of that punk that thinks he's next in line, and really everyone knows he's not qualified to do anything. Oh, hi, Mom. My mom's watching, so.
Hi, Mom.
I didn't know that she'd be tuning in. I thought she was on vacation. Hi, Mom.
That's awesome. Hey, always supporting her son. That's awesome. Yeah, so, look, I just think that Poke needs a little more guidance. I think he could be curtailed to be a lot better. But right now, he has quite a bit of trouble to get out of. And that's, of course, dealing with Melinda. And I know you can't speak too much on that because we have season 2.5 or 2B
I didn't know what's going on with the season. I actually just found I thought it was still going on. I haven't really been keeping up on season 2, but I understand it's on hiatus and it's coming back in November, I believe.
Right, yeah, November 25th. We over here, the Ruthless Addicts, trust me, we literally look for it every single day. And when they finally gave us the announcement, I was like, okay, yes, finally, we're ready for it. So you guys have not been canceled.
Not yet.
You shall return.
Not yet, so.
Well, I think it's going to be, there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot that Pope has to endure. I want to see how his uncle, or is it his uncle's cousin or something like that, they're related. He and the sheriff are related. Yeah. So I want to see how much more trouble he can either get into, or if at some point Mr. Perry will allow Pope to redeem himself.
Every single scene there's trouble, so.
Right. right. Okay, so for those of you that hadn't seen what I'm referring to, Pope was manipulated by a woman. Pope was manipulated by a woman by the name of Melinda, who is a part of the Rakadushi cult. She has gotten into the sheriff department, was looking for some important documents, couldn't come up with too much, but he had a little issue. He had some things going on the sheriff's desk that the sheriff just didn't quite like. So for those of you that are wondering what's going to happen, we got to make sure we tune in November 25th so we can get a little more Pope. We got to see what's going on with Pope. Pope can't be as bad.
Come back to his trailer. Yeah, his gorgeous trailer. He comes out.
Look, but I can understand how Pope would be sprung by Melinda because, she not only, did the thing with him, but she cooked him breakfast. Like, why not?
Perfect woman right there, right? She's kind.
Exactly. She made breakfast without even asking.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so
I got hacked. Someone just asked me what happened to my old account. I actually got hacked last year, so I lost kind of all my social media platforms. So it's been interesting trying to get back with Instagram and Facebook and all those fun things that went down today. So.
Right, yeah, today was just totally crazy. I just in my mind, I was like, okay, what's plan B? Like, I really want to do this conversation, but what's plan B? I was almost to the point where I was like, okay, let's do Zoom, but it's just not the same to me.
Yeah, if you want to do Zoom, that was cool too.
Yeah. I thought about it, but I just love for the fans to interact with you guys, and they love it just as much as I do. So, but thank you so much for making sure you were here. That I appreciate that. I really do.
Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So how did you, I'm going to get off of Poke in a little bit, but how did you prepare for your role as Poke?
I mean, as quickly as I possibly could. If you've heard anything that Mr. Tyler Perry, he likes to work fast. And so jumping on this project was like jumping on a freight train. Like I remember getting cast like on a Friday, and I got the script sent to me on Saturday, and I was, 100 pages, and I had to shoot in like 4 days. And so even, I didn't go to Juilliard, so I'm not like, mentally I was kind of stressed that first week, but, did the work, did the preparation, got everything organized, and Poke was kind of off paper. You kind of read him as he is, and he's just almost two-dimensional when it comes to his job and wanting to be where he is, and, messing around with the Rakadushi. So, but he knows the town, and so that instance I kind of watched, a lot of the old scary movies where just like, Deputy Dewey, remember him? Like he wasn't too far from him, so it was kind of fun to just kind of play it like that the entire time.
Right. Well, Pope definitely had a mind of his own. He did whatever he wanted, even though Sheriff Conley told him, don't go messing with those people at that Rakadushi compound, which was so hilarious to me. I thought that was super hilarious because the conversation, I'm at the gate. Okay, what are you doing what do you mean you're at the gate?
Yeah.
Pope, leave those people alone. Like that was just that whole
that's
dynamic between you and
that's Pope. That's how you get treated. He's like the dumb guy in the room that doesn't know he's the dumb guy in the room.
I think he's going to redeem himself. That's just my opinion. It doesn't have to be in season 3 or season 4. Down the road, Poke is going to be able to redeem himself at some point. I'm looking for that. Absolutely. Okay, so do you have any future projects coming up?
I actually just wrapped on a series called Tales on BET, and from what I know of the show, I'd never seen it since season 3. I think I'll be in episode 5. But they take like a classic song, and in this case, it's "Fight the Power," and they take like heavy or like current events, and they kind of interweave them and kind of tell a story. And unfortunately, but fortunately, we got to tell a very good story, and that was almost out of what we've seen a lot in the media. The George Floyd's, the shootings that are unnecessary. And in this case, that's what my character was. I was one of the police officers that shoots an underage, black girl holding a cell phone in which he thinks it's a gun. And I don't really know what to expect because the way the director worked, Jackie Smith, but I'm very interested to see how it turns out, and I know that's coming down sometime in the next month or two. So, but other than that, just living the life of an actor, trying to get the next gig and the next audition. So, staying busy though, which is a good thing. So,
absolutely. And Tales is definitely what it is. It's a storyteller, current events, past events. I've watched Tales, the directing with that whole production, everything was definitely worth watching. So you'll probably get a little hate mail, but I think it was because you're doing your job.
Well, in this scenario, I really do hope that people react to it because it's acting, but at the same time, it's what we're seeing in the media. And I think that for the first time, anytime I've been on the set, there was weight to it. It wasn't just it wasn't Walking Dead and zombies. It was like this happened on TV last week, so there's more purpose to this one, and it felt good doing it. So
absolutely I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I promise you, I will not hold your character against you. I definitely will not. You seem like a very calm, down to earth individual. Now, I saw something on your Instagram, on your Insta story, and I just had to question this. Okay, so you're at an Atlanta Falcons game.
Yeah.
With Seattle Seahawks socks on.
You damn right I did. So I am a diehard. I was born in LaGrange, Georgia. So
okay.
I moved to Seattle when I was about 5. So I grew up loving like the Atlanta Braves. I went to Fulton County Stadium. I had all Braves gear until I was like 15, and then I kind of adapted to Seattle Mariners. But I've always loved the Atlanta Braves, so it was kind of easy when I moved back after 25 years in Seattle, back to Georgia, to kind of get back in my Braves ways. But the Seahawks are in my heart forever. And my man Tyler Lockett and Russell Wilson, those guys, I love those guys. But my beautiful girlfriend, who I love dearly, took me to the Falcons game because she's a Falcon. So I'm playing home team here. But, I can't not go to the game without some sort of a Seahawks apparel. So the socks were a nice way to, sneak it in.
So it was a little bit of a house divided that day.
A little bit, unless we're playing each other, we're cool. So
that's cool. That's cool that you guys can balance it out, because look, I'm a Seattle Seahawk at heart, and I'm going to support the Falcons, or you know what I mean? So, but that's good. No bumping heads. No bumping heads.
Great game. It was unfortunate though. The Falcons have a tendency to, be ahead in the fourth quarter and get everyone's hopes up apparently, and then just let it go.
Yeah, I've seen it so many years. I lived in that area before. I'm originally from Florida, so Miami Dolphins aren't doing much. So I can't be,
Got some
so it's like,
there, so yeah.
Right. So it's like, okay, maybe the Falcons are doing for us, since I'm, but get all the way to that Super Bowl, and it's like, like really. But that's okay. Who knows? Maybe it'll be Seattle again, or maybe it'll be the Falcons. We'll see. We'll absolutely see. So, do you have any? Who would you prefer to work with, or is there any actor out there that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with in the future?
There is a billion and a half, actors that I look up to and admire and would love to see on set. And I think, I've actually been asked that question a lot, and I could go all day talking about actors and actresses I'd love to work with. But I think I'm just really kind of lucky to look back and look at the people I have worked with, and realizing that they're like, before I met those people, there's no way I thought I was going to work with them. I mean, like just a small example, like I think I saw The Boondock Saints, which is a Norman Reedus movie, back when I was like a teenager, and I just loved that movie, and I thought how cool it'd be to be an actor and, kind of follow his career. And then one day I'm on set with Norman Reedus, and I just kind of thought to myself, I didn't tell him, but I was like, kind of wanted to be an actor, like, because I saw your movie like when I was 15. So I mean, that's the cool thing about the acting business, and it's the uncool thing that it's so unpredictable. I mean, you literally have no idea what's going to happen next week, or the month after that. So I look forward to seeing people that I just never thought I'd get a chance to meet. So
absolutely. As they say, you manifest it, you speak it, and if at some point it'll happen. So
I figured if I stay in the acting game long enough, people are just going to give up along the way. I kind of feel like that because I've been doing this for so long.
Right.
Like the people that I used to compete with and see going out for auditions and things are kind of finding other things in life, and that's great. But little persistence in this gig, and I think you can go far.
So how long have you been acting? Like, seriously acting? How long has that been?
I'd say seriously, probably since 2008, and that's only because that's when I went out for my first major project, which was Never Back Down. I think it's on Netflix, actually. But I played a football player, and I just loved it, and I got my Screen Actors Guild card. Like, I had no doubts that that's what I wanted to do the rest of my life. I had dabbled in it in college a little bit. I actually worked on the Disney Cruise Line for about 2 years before, right out of college, and I don't even know how I wound up there, but I was on stage all the time, dancing and, playing a pirate, so that it kind of came natural to start wanting to be in front of people and do theater stuff. But, when I got the agent and started going out for reads and, fortunate enough to book a few things, it kind of, little confidence here and there kind of directed me towards this more professionally, and that's kind of where, the goal is, and that's where I'm at, so.
Absolutely. So do you have any suggestions for anyone that is interested in acting? Any things to do, not to do?
I mean, there's lots of to-dos and there's very little don'ts. Basically, I tell people don't buy agencies, don't pay for, this and that, unless you're going to like an acting class of some sort. Obviously, that's that. But finding agents, if you can't do that, there's especially in Atlanta, there's like numerous casting agencies that you can just join, and you'll get a text message saying, "Hey, can you be on MacGyver for a day?" And it's the best education an actor can get, I think, in the film business or TV business, is being on set and just watching. I mean, you see the actors act, you see everything behind the scenes. So if you can get on set, and I can't think of the extras casting off the top of my head, but they're out there. There's a couple good ones. You sign up, it's like $30 for the year. I think some of them you have to go in person to a class, etiquette and stuff. And you take a picture, and then next thing you know, your phone's blowing up, and you're getting, a couple shows a week. So it's a great way to get in, and they need you. So
right, absolutely. And someone asked, "Is this Poke?" Yes, this is Poke.
It's
yes, this is P-O-K-E. That's right. Yeah. Spell it right.
We're gonna get it right eventually one day. So
we're gonna get it. We're gonna have it perfect. I put it on our other Facebook group. Look, it's not Poke. It's Poke. And I took a picture and circled it.
We can debate it all day. So
that's okay. We know what the name tag says, so we got to go with what the name tag says. What's your experience working with Mr. Tyler Perry? I know that I know he's a fast-paced individual, but what was your experience working with him?
I mean, to backtrack a little bit, I remember when we shot season 1, like I live in Atlanta, so I would, drive to set every day and, drive back. But season 2 came around, and quarantine had just kind of hit everybody. And so I got the call from Mark Swinton that they were bringing us all back, but we'd have to be kind of camped there for, the entirety of the shoot. And so I was actually, we got the swabs up the nose every 48 hours. We had to quarantine at Tyler Perry's studio for a while. I mean, I'm not complaining. I was in this mansion for 2 days, and thank God I got a roommate, because that thing was big and creepy. Really big and really creepy. But we were at Tyler Perry Studios for 2 weeks. And it was like a mini summer camp. It was just every night people would kind of mingle, but you couldn't be 6 feet, within each other. They were very, very serious. But working with, I don't like calling Tyler Perry Mr. Perry, because, man, he like you say, it was some respect, because he was, just the nicest host, the best director, very, works well with everybody, but he keeps the train moving. He can crack a joke 1 second and then just totally be in work mode the next. And it was it's so much fun to work with him, and I hope I get to work with him again.
Absolutely. Did you get to experience Madea on set?
Not on set, but it was kind of cool. One of the days we were there for season 2, one of the studios had, I want to say it was Brandy and Monica. They were doing a sing-off or something.
Yeah.
And they kept saying that Mr. Perry was running around as Madea somewhere. But most of us actors were crammed in our rooms learning our lines, because you get a lot of lines and you don't get a whole lot of time to learn them sometimes. So, but I didn't actually see him in full getup, which would have been cool.
Okay. So, if you don't mind telling me, who was your roommate?
I don't know his character name. And now I'm blanking on his actual name, because we were only there for about 5 days. But Kelvin Harris.
I know who that is.
Great guy. Stay in touch with him. I actually just saw the movie Respect with Jennifer Hudson, and first guy that pops up on screen is Kelvin. So I texted him in the theater, dude, I just saw you on Respect, man. Good job.
Cool. That's cool. A lot of just to talk about him for 2 seconds. A lot of people saw his on-screen situation and was like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Let me find out." So that's cool.
I think we were discussing that scene when we didn't have scenes together, obviously, but helping each other out, trying to learn dialogue. But yeah, I remember reading some of his scenes, going, "Thank God I didn't have to do that." So.
Absolutely, yeah. He had quite a bit going on, but that's cool. So, are there any cast members that you know, still keep in touch with, or everybody's kind of like going about their business, busy lives?
I mean, I still talk to Ashley quite a bit, Melinda's character, so we keep in touch. She's out in California doing her thing. She actually bought a piece of my art as well, so
right.
Calvin, absolutely. I'm trying to think, there's like 4 others that were just in the social media group, but again, I got hacked, and so, you know, I went from like so many people, and now I'm trying to find these people again and stay in touch.
Gotcha.
But I feel like the Ruthless page itself is slacking on social media, so but I tend to go through there to try to find everybody in the cast. So
gotcha. Well, you can definitely find them on our page. I try to follow every last one of them. I hope they don't think I'm stalking. I just love Ruthless. I love you guys.
I have no doubt they will appreciate it, so as do I.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, so let's see if anybody has any questions for him, Mr. Jeremy Palko. I don't know how to say the entire last name, but we're gonna stick with Mr. Jeremy Palko.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, hit that little bubble that has the question mark in it, so that way I can pull it up. Or if you happen to see a question in there, Mr. Jeremy, you can just answer it. Sometimes when they scroll through, it goes a little fast, but the question mark is a lot easier. In the meantime, other than your art, do you have any other hobbies?
Other than playing with my dog and got a new guitar here last week, so that tends to keep me busy. You know, I go hiking a lot.
So you play?
I do. I do my best to try to play. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, 15 years been doodling with it, so.
Well, Ruthless is filled with plenty of talented people. I was just speaking with Colin McCalla, who plays River. I spoke with him the week before, last week or week before last, and he's on the guitar. So you guys, there's plenty of talented guys you can vibe with, or people in that group that you can vibe with. Because, I mean, I love music as well, so I'm looking for it. Do you have any music, or are you just doing it as just pastime?
It's just a hobby. It's just, you know, it's for when I do play it on TV one day. I'll be ready to go. So, yeah, I'm the guy that can play it on TV and look like I'm doing it, but I don't have any intention of joining a band anytime soon.
Okay, well, let's see. I have 2 questions. Let me go ahead and pull them up. Artist Kimberly Heil, what's your favorite episode of Walking Dead that you worked on?
The one I worked on was probably the 100th episode, because they made such an incredible deal about it. And for any of those who watched The Walking Dead, it was a very big moment in the show where, like, the lead character Rick attacks Negan at the compound, and they're, you know, most days on set you'd go there and there'd be like 5 to maybe 10 actors that you're working with, and that day there was like 100. So it was, everyone was there. It was live gunfire, people running around like crazy. But afterwards, I did something that I'd never seen, and that was we had like a giant family meeting. There was champagne. There was, you know, congratulations. Everyone got like free hats that, you know, we were fighting for, which was really cool. And Greg Nicotero made a speech, and Andrew Lincoln made a speech, and I found out the day before that my character was getting killed off the following week. So I actually went up to Andrew Lincoln and, you know, thanked him for being Andrew Lincoln, and he gave me a big old hug, and we took a photo, and, you know, the photo still hangs in my room. So that was really cool to be part of, you know, that TV history for them, which was the 100th episode. So
absolutely. Did you do any of your own stunts in that, or did you have a stand-in for that?
I have had a stunt double for Walking Dead, and in that episode, I did my own stunts. And I'm not bragging about that. Because I have a lot of stunt friends that are, you know, like, they're really good at what they do. I'm not a stunt man, but I remember rehearsing all the falls that we had to do, and I'm waiting for the stunt guy to come in and take my spot, and then they yell action, and I looked at Michael Cutlets, and he's just like, let's go. And we, you know, there was a tackle involved, and a lot of bruises the next day, and I look over, and my stunt guy's just sitting over in the tent sipping on lemonade. So, yeah, I did have a stunt guy, but they didn't use him. So, yeah, I toughened up for the day, and I did it.
Yeah, they wanted to send you out with a bang, literally.
I got no problem with somebody coming on, taking my spot, and getting
Absolutely.
killed. So whatever.
Okay, let's see. I have another question. And if I start going too much into your time, just let me know and I can cut it.
Yeah, no worries.
But I just don't want to wear out my welcome, so I appreciate you being here.
No problem. Having fun.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so the next question is, what's your favorite place to hike in the U.S.? And that is from Eni Edenfield.
Well, lately I love going to locally here in Georgia to Sweetwater Creek. I think it's awesome. I get to Stone Mountain every once in a while. I like going around the mountain instead of up the mountain. Red Top's really cool. But like overall, like I'm from Seattle, so the Northwest. There's plenty up there. Mount Rainier is beautiful. There's one I can't remember the name, but you go up a mile straight up and you can oversee the entire mountain region, and you can see Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, Mount Baker, so plenty. But in the U.S., man, that's tough. I don't know. I need to hike a few more to let you know, but stay tuned. I'll let you know.
Cool. That takes a lot of energy, courage to go hiking up mountains.
Right now, a lot of free time, so I'm lucky as an actor to have enough time to just do my own thing during the week, or waiting for the next gig. So, when's my next art show? Crazy Michelle. What's up, Crazy Michelle? I was gonna say the camp in October, but I think they canceled due to COVID restrictions. So I don't know. I just did a chocolate art show in Atlanta, and I did the pancakes and booze before that. But I'm always on the lookout for ones that are coming up, and see if I come up with some new pieces to portray.
Absolutely. Okay, so another question from Thorgun9. Do you want to see Rick Grimes in the final episode or the final of The Walking Dead? It says we started The Walking Dead with him. We should finish it with him. Do you agree?
I do agree because I think he's alive, right? He was taken off in a helicopter. I really have no idea what's going on in the show, so don't quote me on anything, but I think they're making a movie was the last thing I heard, so they're probably gonna maybe incorporate him. But yeah, I mean, if he's still out there, absolutely, I think he should be there to the end, because that would be full circle, and it's a good question.
Absolutely. Let's see, and I worked in the area where the studio is, and never knew that they were filming The Walking Dead over there.
Yeah, Raleigh Studio.
And I had a roommate that was like, "Oh, we're in the Fayetteville area," and she was like, "Oh, they do The Walking Dead over in this area." I was like, "What? Like that close?" You would the scenery and everything. You would think the way it's shot, it's almost like it looks as if it's like Canada or something like that.
No, yeah, it's relatively close. I might be in Sonoy on the 15th. They asked me to bring some art down to Jacob's Table, which is a cool place it's a great restaurant down there run by my friend Jules. I might be there on the 15th selling some artwork. So, but if so, I think they're filming right now for Walking Dead. So you might see some actors walking around.
Nice.
So.
Okay. Well, that's awesome too. We have a lot of homework to do. We're going to make sure we go back and check out, a lot of your work. Like I said, we know you, the Ruthless fans know you as Polk, but the purpose of this conversation is to get to know a little bit more about Jeremy Palko. And I think that we have learned quite a bit today. You're not just the clueless Polk or the do whatever he wants type of Polk. You are an artist, you're an entertainer all the way around. You have music in your soul. And you're definitely not Polk. Not at all.
Well, thank you very much. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm going ahead and wrap this up. Do you have any final words? And let the people know where they can find you once again on social media.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming, joining live. You can follow me, Art by Palko, on Instagram, Art by Palko on Facebook, and then Jeremy Palko on Twitter. So I run all my own stuff, and I do my best to say what's up to everybody when I can. So, Yeah, appreciate the support, and thanks to all the Ruthless fans for continuing to watch. So,
Absolutely.
Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, All Things Ruthless, where I, your girl Tika Deshawn, will usher you all of the latest Ruthless content.